All right, finally, heart rate. We are all working out too hard to build aerobic capacity. What do I mean by that? So Mark Allen was a fine professional Ironman, but he was kind of placing 5th, 6th, 7th, not enough to make a living at it. It's tough to make a living as an Ironman. One of his friends recommended that he train with Phil Maffetone. And so Phil has this really interesting calculation for your heart rate that I'm going to share with you. It's 180 minus your age. And then if you've had any injuries, hospitalizations, illnesses, you minus another 10 beats. If you have been inconsistent with your workouts or you're just starting back, you minus another 5 beats. And if you're over 65 or you've been super consistent and this is working for you for a while, then you can add back 5 beats. So that ends up being a very low number, and that is 100% of your aerobic capacity. So then you work out at 85% of that. For me, that number is 111. That is a low number to be running at. All right, so let's jump into it. So Mark Allen goes to Phil Maffetone, and this guy's a professional Ironman. An Ironman, you cycle 112 miles, you swim 2.5 miles, and then you run a marathon, and you do it all in one day. This guy's been doing that, and he goes to Phil Maffetone, and Phil says, here's the heart rate you have to work out at, gives him his calculation, and Mark Allen's like, I can't believe I'm a professional Ironman and I'm having to walk up the hills in my training runs. So he calls his friends and he's like, who is this guy that you recommended to me? Like, this is crazy. And they said, no, stick with it, stick with it. So he did. After 6 months, he could power up these hills at the lowest heart rate. His aerobic capacity went through the roof. And this can happen for you too. Now, Mark Allen went on to have far less injuries and win the Ironman World Championship 6 out of 10 years. He's the most that's ever done it. Phil Maffetone has said that when he puts athletes on this program, that it reduces injuries by 60%, 60. So what does this mean for you? How low? Have you run that calculation? How low is that heart rate? Go and give it a try and you will be amazed how fast you can build your cardio capacity. You may be doing a lot of walking, but walking is building your cardio capacity faster than running will.